Welcome back to another video. It's been a very long week, 2 weeks since the last time I saw you. Don't adjust your set. Yes, I really did gain another who knows how many pounds from eating all my hurricane snacks. But hey, that's what happens. We had our Hurricane Francine last week down here in South Louisiana, and it zigged and zagged and did all kinds of stuff that the models didn't think it was going to do. But that's why you always have to be prepared. You never know how strong these things are going to be, even though what the models say. And I did a pretty decent video just to try to capture for some people. And I posted it here on my page here on the Grumpy Dad YouTube channel. And I also posted one on the Grumpy Dad Outdoors page. Again, I'm a plead and beg and cry for y'all to please go check that page out. I've been trying to add some more stuff to it. Not last week because I've been dealing with hurricane stuff, but that one is struggling really bad. So if y'all could take the minute to first press the like button on this one, that helps spread the word about all the projects that we're going to talk about today. In addition, that also, helps my channel out. So I'd appreciate it. Then also, if you can go, if you haven't subscribed here, please subscribe. Also go check out my other channel. There's a link in the description below. Also, please take a minute. If y'all are on X, Twitter, I've been trying to add stuff to that also. Please join that also, and I appreciate it. But we didn't do one of these videos last week because I was too busy preparing for Hurricane Francine. Now that we have gotten past that to a point, I figured I can't go another week without not doing some type of update. I will be honest with y'all. This is not going to be a deep dive into each project because I'm still recovering. I had some damage at home and I'm busy with work. I have a lot of stuff broken and I'm dealing with that work. And I didn't have that much time to go into a lot of these projects to find out what's really going on with them. I'm planning on trying over the next 2 or 3 days. Things will be calming down. I'm hoping that I will be able to go into some of these projects and see what's going on. I know there are several projects that we talk about that have had some good updates, and I see some issues with some other ones. So let's go ahead and get started on all this. But yeah, we're trying to get back in the swing of things, and it's getting there. This is nowhere as bad as what we've had in some hurricanes in the past. I don't want to make it seem like that, but I saw the other video. I did lose some power poles in front of my house, so you don't realize how much you miss electricity till you don't have it. And then when the power poles got put back up, I was without internet for about another 2 days, and was able to use my little Wi-Fi hotspot. But it's a little wake-up call. Had a little bit of flooding around the area and different things like that. But check out that video if y'all want. And like I said, now we're trying to get back in the swing of things. So, let's see what the market's been doing. Y'all know that I've been talking about for the last, I don't know how long, especially on my Saturday videos and stuff. To me, we're just still in this channel. My opinion doesn't really matter for much. Y'all know that. Again, I'll keep repeating myself like a parrot, but y'all don't come to me for TA. But hey, sometimes I think by me not being this proclaimed TA expert, I can look at things a little bit differently because y'all don't just hinge right on to that call. But when you look at this is just the same channel that we've always been in. I saw somebody on Facebook over the weekend talking about, yeah, baby, we back. We jumped from this 57,000 to 60. And I commented on it and I said, until it hits 60, 61, 62 maybe, and it's going to drop back in the 50s. Oh no, this and this happened and something else happened. And I couldn't argue with him because I haven't been looking. But, and then all of a sudden it hits this, certain magic number, and now it comes back down to 57,000. So his Facebook post didn't age well. But I keep saying over and over and over, like a broken record, since March, we really just have been in this sideways channel, but you can kind of see that I still say it is, there is a slight little, maybe a little downturn to it, you know, new lower lows to a point, you know, when you look at the general closing of these, you know, but I still think we're not going to see no crazy movement or anything until after the election. I keep saying it over and over and over. You know, we're still, you know, it came down to 53,000 September 5th. We only made it back to 60,000 this time. Last time we made it back up to 64,000. Now we're at 60,000. So are we going to come back down? And that's the biggest question is, you know, a couple of days from now, 5, 6 days from now, are we going to close down here a little bit lower and come back up? That'd be very interesting. If we do that, you can't doubt that this pattern is holding still. Is, you know, you come down here and you come up and you come down here. You know, it's been, you know, it's not a perfect line, but you can see that this has been kind of like on this channel. You know, yes, this is a little bit higher than this one. So 53,000. So I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if this will close lower than 53,000. We'll see. Ethereum, same thing, came down. This is the 1 hour chart. So hovering at 2,200. Solana has been sticking around this 130 range all in September. You know, we knew September was going to be a lower month. That's been, you can't go anywhere on Twitter or some of these YouTube channels without them talking about that. You know, that was automatically, it automatically was going to be a bad month because it was September. But y'all know that I accumulate when Solana is in the 120s, and it's not a hurricane, I'm not having to buy all kinds of extra supplies and stuff for the house. Y'all know Solana, I'm buying Solana in the 120s, and including moving my IoT to that. Cardano's down at 32 cents each. You know, somewhere around there. If I can get this to show up. 32 cents. And it's been on a kind of a free fall along with everything else. Same channel like everything else. AVAX, $23. VET, y'all know when VET falls below 2 cents, for me, not financial advice, that's my buying opportunity. I buy VET, and payday was Friday, and it was a little up. I didn't DCA into anything because I got this other stuff going on. But you let VET fall underneath this 2 cent range, and I'm gonna accumulate some of it. Not a lot, just DCA, a little buy, a little bit here, a little bit there. But again, VET was over 20 cents. If it goes back to 20 cents, just 20 cents in the next bull run, you're looking at a 10x. I mean, I can handle that. All right, so it's been a while since I've seen this sheet. It feels like it's been 2 months, but really it's been 2 weeks. So I've kind of updated everything. Again, I don't have a lot of news about each project. I am kind of briefly looking over some things. But right now, GEODNET is still by far my #1 project. We'll talk about some of the other ones a little bit later that are lower down. But for right now, on mainnet, GEODNET is my #1 project. I'm up to 1,060 Geo tokens, which if you look on my last video is at 778. So now with $116 revenue. So now I made 195 cents, actually since the last time we talked about this, which was 2 weeks ago. So I'm up to 180. So I'm still making, at today's price, $3.44 a day for a device that cost about $700. When you look at the price action over the last 7 days, it is up 16%. It had a nice little jump up in here. You know, September 11th, it was 15 cents. It's up to 17 cents. And with this market going down, that's why I like to discuss those charts first. The fact that this is up 16% and really up 25%. 25% in a month, that's pretty good right now for this project. So GEODNET has made some announcements since our last video. We did talk about this Wingbits and GEODNET announcement. So they also announced it. This was about 10 days ago when they announced this. So it was after our previous meeting thing here, video. So they do have a press release and stuff. If you want to read that on their Discord. One big thing is also around that same time, they burned 200,000 tokens. I'm gonna tell you, it's a big thing because in the past, they've only been burning 100,000 tokens. I had to go back and look just to make sure I have my numbers and my facts right. We know token burns are very big. It gives that nice little supply shock. We talk about it with Bitcoin and some other things, but the fact that they're now burning on this, at least this time, they burned to 200,000 tokens. That's big. So they have burned 7.4 million tokens out of their supply, which that helps with the total supply, circulating supply. So even if they can't do any kind of purchasing or buying mechanism, this is just as good. You know, some would argue better, some would argue, you know, maybe not. But I as long as these projects are doing something, because we're going to discuss some projects in a little bit that aren't doing anything and they're being called out for it. But GEODNET, I gotta say, them burning these tokens almost regularly. At one time, I remember they were doing it like every 5 to 7 days, a couple of months back. So 7.4 million, that is a great number that they have burned so far. I think that's very bullish for this project. Again, check their Discord out. You will see that they've had a number of announcements. They're very active. I have to give that to GEODNET. But one thing that I need to go back and try to listen to is they have an AMA with Wingbits that was last Wednesday. I was in the middle of literally in the middle of a hurricane, so I couldn't have listened to it. But I do want to go back and listen to this because I'd like to hear their side and, you know, what this joint AMA or what this means for these two projects come together. I think this is going to be very big. I've told you all that in the video that I did on this. I'm very excited about Wingbits. It just legitimizes that. We know GEODNET's a legitimate project with paying customers and everything like that. I think this is going to be very big. So I want to do my homework and I want to be able to come back with y'all with a follow-up video. So here is the recording of that AMA for those who want to read it or listen to it. And I will listen to that maybe just even on the way home this evening, or maybe when I'm at the gym, or I don't know, a little bit later. So that's GEODNET. WeatherXM. So WeatherXM still plugging along. I'm still getting my 3.2 WXM tokens a day. All right, so WeatherXM. Well, if y'all have followed any of my previous, especially when I first got this WeatherXM device, I really questioned the durability. For those who have it, y'all know what I'm talking about. I have the Wi-Fi models, doesn't run off helium or anything like that. And having Davis weather stations, and don't get me wrong, Davis weather stations cost double to triple what this WeatherXM device costs. My my Davis has been through Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Isaac, Hurricane Ida with 100-mile-an-hour winds. It even, the 4x4 post it was on, that 4x4 post came down. That Davis slammed against the ground, and I still use the Davis. That's how durable it is. So right now, I was very interested to see how my WeatherXM, that's the one, I don't want to say positive thing about this hurricane, but I was eager to see how this was going to hold up. I got 0 rain readings during this hurricane. I don't know if it had anything to do with the wind and the rain coming sideways, or there's just something wrong with it. But I was very disappointed. We had 5 to 6 inches of rain at least with this storm. We had the flooding and everything like that, and it did not measure a single drop of rain. So I will say that it did give me some good wind reports, especially being able to look directly at my console right here. I was here at my office for the storm, and comparing it to my other weather station that my emergency ops center has on the roof, which is a weather bug or something like that. I will say the wind measurements were hand in hand, neck and neck, whatever you want to say. Very, very, very similar, along with the direction. Same thing with the temperature. But the fact that this thing did not measure any rain at all I do want to go up on the roof and climb on the building roof to see if there could be something wrong with it, but I am very disappointed. Overall, it did survive the storm. We had 50, 60 mile an hour winds here, maybe, a little bit higher than 60 gust. So it was able to survive that, I'll give it that. But the fact that during a hurricane, when you really want to measure that amount of rainfall and it didn't measure anything, was very disappointing. So as far as the price of the WeatherXM, you can see it is not doing too well. This is over the last month, and it started at 50 cents and it's down at 35 cents. I've seen a lot of complaining online right now about this. This is another thing I'm talking about, is where is the buying pressure at? Is there any reason for people to buy this token, or is this just a token that everybody sells every day when it gets to their wallet if they have their own devices? So if you go to the Discord, they do have several announcements. One, they got us developing a solar obstacle detector. They had an AMA, WXM, and Arbitrum. But one of the big things is, first, that the WXM network has collected $350,000 just during Q3 2024. That's 3,500 new weather stations. So first thing I think of is, are y'all going to use any of that to buy the tokens? That's what like Helium and then do, is they use their data fees to buy that token, then burn it, whatever they want to do with it. So this is where y'all lose faith in me in crypto, because this is the part I want to try to figure out is, there have been people complaining about the liquidity on the DEXs for WeatherXM. So starting this week, they're buying $4,000 worth of WXM every day for 43 days. Why 43 days? I don't know. I don't know if that's a gimmick thing or something that I'm missing, or whatever. So the purchase WXM will be paired with 4,000 in ETH, but then added back to the Uniswap pool. So this is where I start getting confused, and this is why I'm not a TA guy. You're buying 4,000, but if you're putting that 4,000 back into the pool, you're technically buying 4,000. If I take 12 eggs from the grocery store and bring 12 eggs back, do I still have, did I really move 12 supply? Yes, it is different. I understand that. Yes, it is a purchasing, but yet it can't be like that, because, you had a little bit of a lift here, but I don't know. I don't know if it's, I guess I can't even see it because my fat head's in the way, but you did have a little bit of a lift here. Hey, 4,000 every day. You hope I have this figured out wrong. You hope that this is the buying pressure, like I talk about with every project. I just get a little bit confused, like I said, when they talk about, maybe, look, if one of y'all want to come in my comments and correct me or explain it to me like I'm two, y'all not hurting my feelings, because I want to get that information straight for everybody here. If this said, hey, starting this week, we're buying $4,000 worth of WXM and we burned that WXM, to me, that's what all these other projects are doing. Now, are they using $4,000 in ETH to buy that token for Arbitrum token? You can see where I'm getting kind of confused with that. These other projects are buying their token and burning it. Therefore, the token don't exist anymore, and that $4,000 is now liquidity into those pools. Maybe the Uniswap pool is going to be $4,000 in ETH, so you're going to have to trade it with ETH if I'm figuring that out right. Hey, it's better than what they were buying yesterday. $344,000 initiative is funded by the recent onboarding fees. So what they did in 1 quarter, they're putting that back. That's a good sign. It's a good sign that they care about that side. We've seen projects in the past. Even Helium took a lot of heat in the beginning. I remember arguing this in the beginning of their project, where the Helium people would say, we don't care anything about the crypto price. We're concentrating on the Helium network and developing the network. We don't care what happens with crypto. Crypto is going to be crypto. I'm glad to see that they're not taking that kind of stance, and they are concerned with what that WXM is worth. Again, we talked about it. It went from 50 cents to 36 cents in a month. So it needs to be boosted back up. Yes, the market has something to do with that also, but as we saw with GEODNET, it doesn't always have the direct correlation, because GEODNET is up when the market's down right now. All right, moving on to NATIX. Y'all know, if y'all watched my last video 14 days ago, I was very, and in case you didn't hear it, very disappointed in NATIX compared to what I got dropped the first month that they started doing this. And if you go back, you know, NATIX was #1 on my list, because by the time you took what I got dropped, because I had 100% HODL, I got a big bonus for that. Never touched anything. I had 120,000 increase in a month of NATIX. I averaged $5 a day. I did videos on it. It was all rah-rah, and everybody needs to get on NATIX now. And I feel like I got catfished, because last video I did on September 2nd, there was the normal NATIX. I can't stand how they do this, but basically, as you make NATIX points throughout the month, you go, depending on what country you're in, you go in this ranking system. I've always ranked no better than 600, and I drive a lot with this thing. My grumpy attitude is that unless you are an Uber or Lyft or cross the road country driver or something like that, you're never going to rank anything worthwhile, because face it, they have an unfair advantage. This needs to change. This needs to go to, when I go drive 10 miles, I want to get paid worth of 10 miles worth of NATIX. It shouldn't be ranked, because it gives, and this isn't just me saying this, when you go to the Discord, you look on the Twitter, you look any of these places, social media, there's a lot of people discussing that. They feel that it's an unfair advantage to those drivers, because why should I go, if I'm only doing NATIX and providing data on, you know, to and from work, you're never gonna get paid worth anything. You know, I did trips and stuff that were 2 and 3 hours long to eat 2 and then 3 hours back twice last month. I was doing a very good amount of that on top of the nitro rewards and stuff. And I averaged 50 cents a day. So at some point in the last week or so, there was another bonus you got for something. I can't keep up with them, but it was not a HODL airdrop. It was something else. And I can't even find an announcement about it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was not a HODL bonus. It had nothing to do with the HODL. So I got another 8,000 increase. So I'm up to 302,000 NATIX now, at the average price of what NATIX is going for, and 0.001074 per token, which is up 6% in the last 7 days, and for the month is 4%. Listen, I'll give them one thing. This price has been like this for a while. That is one thing I will say about this NATIX project is, since July, it's averaged between 0.008, 0.0011. It's come down a little bit. It's come up a little bit. But it's stayed about the same. That's one thing I can say about this token price, is it's not like some of these other ones. It has kind of held steady. So, you know, one announcement, they gave a progress update. This one made me grumpy too. HODL raffle results in, and those results were also based on August rankings. Again, here you go. The people who are driving the most, the Ubers, the Lyfts, cross the road truckers, are going to have an unfair advantage. I understand, as far as the project is concerned, you're right. They're giving the most live information. But if I try to look at it from, I try to defend the little people here. If NATIX wants more people to be involved, or the same amount of people continuously to be involved, you can't just only benefit the people who are giving you the most information. And having people make 15 cents a day, the little people, Uber and Lyft ain't everywhere. So you're going to have to help them out. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Put in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But they've had many people who've made comments that agree, that say that same sentiment. This can't be just about Uber and Lyft making the most with these rankings. So they have advertising NATIX on KuCoin, but if you live in the United States and you're watching this, KuCoin is not available. I won't even discuss using a VPN because I saw somebody use that before. I had a buddy who was late taking some tokens out, and even with a VPN or anything like that, he had issues because they still want you to KYC when you start taking out certain amounts. So this KuCoin thing for NATIX, if you don't live in the United States and you're eligible to use KuCoin, hey, you can stake it and enjoy a 100% APR on your stake tokens, which is pretty much unbelievable. But again, unless you are on the United States, this doesn't mean nothing to you. And I'm gonna tell y'all again, I've seen a lot of comments about using VPNs. You might be able to get by with a VPN to access KuCoin. The problem's gonna be is when you have to withdraw. VPN or no VPN, they're gonna want you to do some form of KYC when you withdraw. That's my warning of the day. So NATIX is going to do a token burning process. Over 8.5 million tokens were burned collectively between July 10th and August 12th. The partnering with the people's carriers, connectivity, earn mobile and NATIX and stuff like that. I'm waiting to see when this gets a little more live, closer to live, what this is going to mean for people and how it's going to benefit us. So with NATIX, with this latest little airdrop, whatever it was that I got, some kind of bonus, I've that now at $25 I made in the month of August. Hey, that is better than what the two projects are underneath it. I'll give credit where credit is due. I've always said, for a free project that didn't cost a dime to get into, 84 cents a day, what the average is, well, that's what I averaged. Some days I did longer drives. Some days might not even left the house. So you just averaging it out what I got divided by 30 days. So, it is I'm up to $322 in 2-3 months on a project I didn't pay a dime to get into. That's almost the same thing I got in WeatherXM. That's more than what I got in WeatherXM that started about the same time. That's more than I got in GEODNET right now, when you think about it. So that's more than I got basically when I look at it, other than Helium, because I've been in Helium since 2020 or 2021, whatever it was, even DIMO, which we're going to discuss DIMO in a minute. So I will say that with NATIX, it is a free project. I'm using an old phone. I'm not going to rehash all this stuff. Moving on, Helium IOT. Helium IOT, the price has been steady. You're looking at 0.00129, 0.01229. Last 7 days is down 8%. It was higher. It was at 0.0014 at one point. See what you miss when you're dealing with a hurricane. For the month is down 10%. But before that, it was a lot further down, 0.005, 0.00678. So it's still, to me, on the IoT side, which is, I say it's every week, not to sound like a broken record, confusing to me that it even got to this price point. But hey, right now, I still have my 17 miners. Now, I do have some miners that are offline because they don't have power because of the storm. But, I don't know. I'm still making about the 62 average a day. It might be a little bit less than that, but at the 0.012, I'm still making $7 a day, which averages to about 41 cents. It really hasn't changed. I have been converting it to Sol a couple of days. I haven't really done it lately just because I've been too lazy, which I got to do the same steps, but just, I'm just straight with y'all. I've been back to kind of converting it to Sol since Solana has had that price drop again. I like to try to accumulate that Solana anywhere I can. And if I'm buying $7 every day of Solana in the $120, $125 range, $130 range, I'm all for it. I'm that high on it. Helium has had some great price action, but even that has come down some. It's at $7 right now, but at one time, it was at $8.20. So I know a lot of y'all came from Helium. I like to update Helium. A lot of y'all are in Helium. A lot of y'all are dual mining Helium with BitHarvest or Crank or one of the other third-party devices. But, you know, I'm into all the, you know, BitHarvest with my multi-mining, formerly known as Helium miners. But, yeah, it is coming down a little bit. But still, when you can see this Helium at $7, when you look at what it was, you know, back to $2 and $4 and stuff like that, even $6 back here just last month, I think that's pretty good. So I did accumulate a little bit more Helium just by that burning, oh, not burning, swapping. And I also like to discuss a little bit Helium Mobile, just because I know a lot of y'all are passive income or, you know, using Helium Mobile. A lot of y'all have those devices. It's also down 7%, kind of consistent with the others. It's down 13%. And the fact that this is so close to IoT is just crazy. It's under IoT. At one time, this was almost double what IoT was. IoT has come up a good bit. This is going down a good bit. That surprised me, and I talk about that every week. I'm not gonna rehash that now. So let's move on. So moving on to DIMO. I'm over this ongoing joke about ROI. You know, we're 200 and something days, 206, 210 days. I think I saw days into the days of the month, and I'm finally back ROI. So I guess technically I can take my little dash out of here. Look, don't even want to do it. So technically I have ROI'd on my $280 devices. You know, I made some tokens, another 49 tokens. I'm still having problems with one of my demos where it says it hasn't connected in 18 years. I have an open ticket. They can't figure it out, but I still get awarded every Sunday night, Monday morning, whatever it is. And at the price of where it's at right now, you saw a decent little price increase over the last month. You up 25%. I don't know what's going on with DIMO, but hey, I'll take it. 13 cents to 16 cents, which that is what put me, and I'm showing y'all the image right now, and yet y'all can't see it. Here we go. 13 cents to 16 cents over the last month, and it's up 25%. Again, I'll take it. I'm happy for it. And I had to update my numbers because actually you're making 38 cents a day right now with DIMO. So if anybody's interested in DIMO, I do have a link for referral in my description, along with some of these other projects that helps you out and helps me out. CHIRP still in testnet right now. I can't show you my tokens because it seems to reset. It's a testnet type thing. It seems to reset every so often. So I don't know what my accumulated are for testnet. It doesn't really matter because when mainnet starts, all that what I've accumulated during testnet will be dropped to me. So I don't know exactly where I'm at with that. I'm gonna get rid of them notes because there is no more the tracker thing or anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you, project is very active right now. Every day I'm sharing something on Twitter. They're sharing something, and they are a very, very, very active project. I have to give them that. So 39,000 user accounts, 482 gateways out there in 38 countries, 299 cities, 13,393 devices. That's big. So there is a CHIRP token smart contract on the SUI network. Manage IoT setup, depends on the ROS. This is pretty cool. If anybody's ever seen this before, it shows you all the projects, you know, legitimate projects that are on in DPIN that are here. And maybe, you know, that's why a certain project, I'm throwing shade. I'm too tired for that. Y'all can see what projects are on there and what projects ain't on here. I know they got a DPIN mobile game coming out with CHIRP. I know there's supposed to be some new tracker eventually coming out that can also track Wi-Fi and different things like that. Also, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and maybe I need to do another solo video kind of discussing all that with CHIRP. I know some people were intimidated by CHIRP just because of what the price is of the device. I'm not seeing any talk right now of those NFTs going back on sale You have to buy NFT and then exchange the NFT for a device. NFT was like $800 something. There's no talk about it right now. I keep telling y'all I'm very, very hyped up in this project. As long as I don't have some type of catastrophe in my life going on, which could be possible, my plan is to buy another CHIRP device. I got one right now on top of the building I'm at now. I'm doing some testing with, and I have another location I think would be prime location for CHIRP. I've even reached out to them, you know, talking about the YouTube channel, stuff like that. Haven't heard anything back, other than they'll take it under advisement. But I gave them the location where I'd like to put it at, because I think it's a very ideal location with a lot of IoT stuff, top of a building. But you know, I have right now, I have helium devices in New Orleans, on the North Shore, Baton Rouge, Morgan City, a couple of different places that are on top of buildings that make ideal locations for IoT type stuff. So we'll see. I'm very hyped up on this, and as you can see right here, upcoming revolution, depend mobile game, every scan of a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cellular tower counts. I'm very curious to see how this is going to work, and y'all know I'm gonna do a video on it, so we'll see how this works out. But CHIRP's gonna be a big thing. I'm waiting for it. All right, Wingbits, y'all know that's another project I'm very high on right now. This GEODNET partnership that they have is a big legitimizer thing. If that's the word to use. You know, makes it seem a lot more legitimate. You know, I'm very scary with new projects after some of our previous scams. I mean, X projects, and when Wingbits partners up with somebody like GEODNET, I think it's a big deal. I'm currently at 328,000 Wingbits, but I have taken got a baseball bat swung to my kneecaps because I lost about half my stations with the hurricane for a couple of days. A lot of power outages. It wasn't just the parish I'm in now, the parish I live in, the parish I have stations in, the parish south of me. If y'all have seen my video where I install a station in Morgan City at my friend's business on his building top, they lost power, just getting that back. So I'm not going to go through exactly what my weekly points were, but if you are sharing hexes in the Gulf with the Godfather of the Gulf right now I'm the stepfather of the Gulf, because I got some stations that are down. I still have some stations that are down. So if y'all sharing hexes with me, y'all should have seen a nice little increase, at least for a little while. But don't get used to it. It's coming. I just got to catch up with stuff. I got a big, huge festival, region-wide festival that we host here in this parish coming up in the beginning of October. I'm the person in charge of it, so I'm rolling from hurricane into that. But in between all that, you know, trying to plan for that thing is pulling a little bit of my hair out, as if I ain't got enough going on. But I'm gonna get to it. So again, don't get used to y'all the extra wings that y'all are getting right now, because y'all gonna get disappointed. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not losing my stranglehold of the Gulf. So one thing that was mentioned in their announcements, which was a pretty big deal, is that they had a 3.5 million, Wingbits has raised 3.5 million in a seed round led by Borderless Capital and Tribe Capital, with continued participation from their first investor, Antler. The oversubscribed round closed in June 2024, helping revolutionize flight tracking, bring innovation to the skies. It's not been possible without all amazing community. You're welcome. No, this is a great community. I joke, but I want to be serious for a second. I keep telling you, this is one of the best ran Discords of all y'all. I mean, y'all can see, not that I'm trying to point anybody out, but y'all can see the amount of Discords that I am in. And I'm telling y'all, this is by far one of the best ran Discords. These guys don't play around. You start breaking the rules a little bit, start discussing things that shouldn't be discussed. They give you a warning, and it's put to rest. And but the community as a whole, the way people help each other out, and it's good information. It's not bad information. It's not bad advice, but people come in here and come in this setup discussion channel, hardware channel. And I was very active at one point in there. I just can't stay as active as I could before. I got so much going on, but there's days when I don't have it. I'm slow. I'm at the house, and in the evenings, and I can sit in the general or set up discussion. Or I got people that PM me, and I help them out. Y'all know also, just while I'm sitting here saying this, I need to learn to start saying this more in my videos, is I will not PM you first. So if somebody starts, you know, if you mention Grumpy or something like that in one of these things, I will say in there, hey, I'm going to PM you, and then I'll PM you. But I'm not going to PM you out of the blue without saying I'm PMing you. Just letting y'all know that. I don't want nobody to get scammed. I'm not that big yet. I haven't had nobody say that they did it. I haven't seen anything in the YouTube, you know, comments about people trying to get scammed, but, you know, I know you got people with less subscribers than I do that are having issues with that. But Wingbits has got some big stuff going on. I can't wait to see these new devices. I know they're under testing right now. One thing I'm trying to find out is I sent the PM to somebody, but I'm trying to find out exactly how many of the self-built station spots are left. There's a cap at 2,000. Last I heard, they had 200, less than 200 left. And once the self-built licenses are done, there's no more yet. Then you're gonna have to buy a station from them to get onboarded with this project. So if you plan on getting your own station up, if you plan on, even if you plan on using BitHarvest or Crank or somebody else who might be doing these third-party dual mining type things, if you want to multi-mine Wingbits using BitHarvest like I'm doing, you have to be part of this initial licensing, the last 100 or so spots that are probably left. Even if you don't have all your stuff yet, you can go ahead and register it now, pay $30 for a 30-day hold. If you don't think there's a chance that anybody's going to get the hex, then you don't even have to worry about paying for that hold. But you're going to have to also get the GPS dongle that they put on selling, which is an encrypted type device for specifically for your device that you're going to need that. But my point I'm just trying to make is, if you don't want to have to worry about buying whatever this is going to cost for their professional station that they're going in partnership with, and you want to use your own Pi, your own SDRs and stuff like that, you know, if you want to use that, you have to get in within these last couple of, you know, less than 200. I guarantee there's less than 200 if the person I PM'd will get back to me. Oh, look at that. About 165. You got about 165 spots left if you want to get a self-built onto Wingbits. If you want to take your Pi and get it programmed, or a sweet potato, if you don't want to pay for the Pi, you know, I got links to sweet potatoes in plenty of videos on it. $35 for the device, plus your SDR and stuff like that. For those who, I guess I need to discuss this now too. For those who won a SDR in my previous video, one of the good blue SDRs, and the BitHarvest guys even put heat sinks on them for y'all. Swear to God, I promise you I'm getting these sent out this week for those who won these. Been a little busy the last couple of days. I told y'all don't count on it, and we'll be doing more giveaways with some more videos coming up. But the 3 people who won, each won a blue, the good blue ADSB Exchange metal one that we recommend. Those people, I promise you, I got the envelopes right here. You know, thank BitHarvest for that. But if you want to get your own device done using this, you have 165 spots left. If you want to dual mine with this, with BitHarvest, I don't know if Crank, I'm not familiar with Crank. I know they have it. I just want to be fair for the channel. They mentioned both of them. I don't know if you can do it with a little potato, sweet potato, or if it's Pi only, or what devices. You're going to have to check their information out. But if you want to do with BitHarvest and do multi-mining with a potato, with Wingbits, and all these other ones that we're going to talk about in a little bit, you have 165 spots left. When those 165 spots are gone, you can still use BitHarvest as a new device, but you won't be able to mine Wingbits on it. Same thing with Crank. You won't be able to mine Wingbits on it. If you're already have it, you're grandfathered, you're good. Make sure you understand that so nobody complains or nobody makes comments. If you don't have one and 165 spots go up, the next day, when you try to go to BitHarvest or Crank, you will not be able to add Wingbits. All right, I think I beat that dead horse for a while. Soarchain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another I'm getting very excited on. If this thing even turns out even close to what I think it's going to do, I'm going to be ecstatic. Soarchain, I'm doing very well in it. They've had some connection issues. They did an update a while back. I'm also being told that they have added the Bluetooth connectivity to it. My bad. I'm sorry. I have not had a chance to look into that. Again, my life has been a little bit busy. I want to be able to do a deep dive into that and not just tell y'all it can be done. Because at one time I read that certain of the TSOR, whatever they call them now, they used to be called them Motuses, but some of them, the first couple of versions, would not do Bluetooth no matter what, because there was no Bluetooth in them or something to that effect. So I have not had a chance to explore that. I will tell y'all that the range has been decreased. So people who are walking into buildings and all this stuff like that, they used to be able to stay connected. That's not a fact anymore. I find that you walk away from your vehicle at all, it does not stay connected. I'm not gonna say it always disconnects. Nobody go down there and call me a liar or mine doesn't get disconnected. It does not stay connected nowhere like it used to. I don't know if they turned the power down or what they did. It has been discussed by a lot of people. So it ain't just me, but it is changed a little bit. Okay? Don't give me a hard time. Life's been too crazy lately. I am still making 55 tokens a day in staking. Please go stake. If you're in this project and you're not staking, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Please stake. If you don't mind, please stake with Dash Tech Validator. I know the guys. They're from Australia. They're a small-time company. You don't want to put all this staking stuff into these bigger companies, because if you do, they get more voting power and it becomes centralized, where they have more voting power and everything like that. Dash Tech, I have 100% of my 19,361 tokens. Every day, at the end of the day, when I'm done driving around doing everything I'm doing, I'll grab all my rewards and I stake them. And at the same time, any of my validator rewards, I restake those also. And I'm making 55 tokens a day. I'm making more. Really, I'm almost making more in staking than I am driving around. And I have no problem with that. I have no idea what somebody asked me about what the pricing would be. I don't know, but this is another one that's got a lot of partners, more and more partners being announced, which is a very great sign that this is going to be very legitimate. So, teaching me a lesson that I should go read Discord before I do my video section on Soarchain. Y'all gotta love it. Y'all know I'm honest with y'all. Go to the announcements page. So in the announcements page on Discord, they talk about the firmware update. September 3rd. This is the one that broke a lot of people's stuff. So, well, that might have been this one, August 28th. August 28th might be the one that broke it. And then they had another one that came that issues was, whatever issued. Anyway, I'm trying to get to this point. Right before my hurricane, this announcement came out. Mobile app update for Bluetooth. We're excited to say that's live now. The app isn't yet available for the store. We're still working on improvements, testing, but you can try it out now by downloading at the links below. So apparently there is ways you can test this out, but this is still like a test version. This isn't the full version yet. So there are some sticklers with it, and you might want to read that first before you start testing this out, because it says you're going to have to re-import your wallet and do all this other stuff. I'm not doing all that. Y'all can go test out Bluetooth. I know it's a poor attitude for me to have it with a channel that y'all want me to test this out for y'all, but I can just wait a little bit and get the full version. I'm sure it might change or get tweaked a little bit. Then that video is technically not going to be good anymore. But hey, this is a great sign. A lot of people complained about having to use, you were stuck using tethering on a phone, where now with Bluetooth, hopefully a lot of that's resolved. And I think that's going to be a huge step that's going to alleviate a lot of headaches that people have. Look, I did my own video on this when I first got this. If y'all look back at this months and months and months ago, I did a whole video saying Soarchain's not DIMO. Do not go into Soarchain thinking it's DIMO because the connectivity sucks, and it does suck. Now, what's the range difference going to be between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? Because technically, if anybody really knows, it's basically the same thing, a little bit of a different frequency. But Bluetooth is Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi is Bluetooth, tomato. But this is going to be a huge headache relief for a lot of people. So will it be better? Will it offer better connecting where you can go further? I don't know. We're going to see. I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of power difference. I'm sure there's power differences between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. We'll see. Silencio. Silencio is the project you love to hate or you hate to love. I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's been a long day. This video is going way longer than I ever wanted it to go, but it's been a long day. If y'all have watched any of my previous videos on Silencio, I can't describe it. Like, I enjoy doing Silencio. I am almost, the first part of being addicted to something or is to recognize your addiction. I can't go anywhere and not run Silencio. I'm being dead serious. For a project that has no updates, that if you saw the last video, I was so PO'd with them. I'm trying not to curse because, you know, I am getting, you know, money for my videos now. One thing to tell you about is the language you use. I lost it on Sam, whoever this poor guy Sam is. I wonder if somebody, not that I think I'm that big, don't think I'm conceited, but, you know, whoever this poor Sam dude is, I lost my marbles on him about 2 weeks ago. I don't give two flying flips about Sam. And y'all want to see something funny? Let's go to the announcements page. Silencio referral. There he is. Can't make this stuff up. There he is again. So what is that? September 12th, September 10th. Oh, we're still going. Hold on. So there's another contest. How can you not love Sam? Where do I start? Where do I start? You know, I just can't justify staying in places we've already mapped. Doesn't every Silencian feel like Sam sometimes? Y'all gonna make me lose getting compensated for my videos. And I don't know why this bothers me such. You know, I joke around about, you know, because I'm old, a Gen Xer, about people getting triggered early, but for some reason Sam triggers me. You know, I don't know what it is, but there's nothing going. Sam's referral. We're having freaking contests about Sam. I don't give flip, beep, beep, beep about bleep Sam. Tell me what's going on with the project. Tell me what's going on with this project. There's nothing on this project, and I don't know how long other than contest about what the hell is going on. Here's about increasing your airdrop, but tell me what's going on with the project. Here's a DPIN announcement, August 25th. Giveaways. You want to hear about my story? So look, we back to July. Tell me what's going on with this project. Why has there been no progress on the project side other than contest and what underwear Sam's wearing today? I don't care. You read through the general and there's nothing. I understand he had some kind of partnerships and some different things going on. Hey, I'm glad the challenges are keeping people motivated. Again, I went to lunch today, ran Silencio the whole time. There's certain places now that I go. Home Depot is a venue. So when I go to Home Depot today, I know to open up Silencio and let it do a venue for those points. I know the Subway I eat lunch at sometimes. That's a venue. The other Subways on the other side of my town ain't a venue. I don't understand how that works. Come on. Like, just tell me what the hell's going on. I will say Silencio still has too many app crashes. I can have Silencio running, and then I put a timer usually on my watch for 30 minutes. And then when it's up, after another 2 or 3 minutes, my screen goes to black on my iPhone. When I go back to open up Silencio, it's crashed back to home page. I didn't get the credit. If somebody calls me, somebody texts me, and I have to check it, it crashes to home page. Sometimes. Now, sometimes it doesn't. I understand that even when somebody calls you, your mic's being used, so therefore your the microphone's being used, so therefore it's the sound is done, the reading's done. But then you can still then accumulate it. But if somebody calls you sometimes and it just crashes back, you don't get nothing. So I am ranked 1232 right now, Diamond League. Again, I learned in Disney that unless you have a lot of venues around you, you're not getting higher than this. I was at 11 something when I came back from Disney. Let's see if I can find it real quick. 1207. I went from 1560 to 1207 when I got back from Disney. I'm telling you, I was in the high. Look right here, 11. I was 1187, and now I'm back up to 1232. If you don't have a lot of venues, I think this is where you can get stuck at. I've been hitting some venues around town, but I don't have a lot of venues around here. But I'm still doing it. So if you want to get into Silencio, again, to me, it's a fun little thing. If I can make a few bucks from it, so be it. I'm addicted to it to a point. And use my link. It helps you out, helps me out, get you some bonus stuff. And same thing with Soarchain. I have a code for that also if you're interested in getting in that. Upside. With everything going on, I have not been buying a lot of gas or diesel, or my family didn't use the Upside app. Imagine that. So I've had a $6 increase since last week. Plus some pending. I filled up one of my diesel truck yesterday. That has not hit yet. So again, I have $137 that whenever I'm ready, I can hit one button and cash that out immediately. So I've had about 6 people join this, and I'm surprised again that not to think I'm all high and mighty or anything like that, but everybody that's watching this right now needs gas or diesel at some point, depending on what country you're in. I don't know how many countries Upside works in. I have a code below. Upside has an increase right now where with the code you get like $10 if it's still valid. $10 automatically starts you off using Upside. So use my code underneath here that you find that's in the description to join Upside. You get $10 starting off as soon as you make your first purchase or validating purchase, whatever, how many gallons it needs to be. And again, I have a full video on it. I'll see if I can link it at the end of this description, at the end of this video about it. Check it out. Hivemapper honey, I know I discussed this like a broken record again. I apologize, but I know that I sound like a broken record. I don't know if I want to cancel it. I don't want to cancel it. I had some people tell me they're still making good money of this. I got some people telling me they don't make enough to buy Kleenex for the car when they're crying about their Hivemapper. There's no talk. I'll say there's no talk. Let me check the announcements. Okay, so now looking at the page, I can tell you that there is no announcements at all about, since the last, I don't know how long it's been, weeks and weeks and weeks, on what the hell's going on with my camera, that I don't know if I'll ever get in. We're at the end basically of Q3, which it was first told that I would get it. Now we're going into Q4. I know they have some people, mods or admins, whatever you want to call it, that is telling people in the Discord that if you don't order this, or if you order this right now, you will not see it until beginning to, one person even says middle of 2025. Somebody else makes a comment. Again, this is Discord. This is not officially from them, but I think the guy is a admin from what it looks like, or at least a mod. But a lot of this is because they promised this big fleet thing that they got going on, and or more emphasis on fleet stuff. Again, I make the comment, I worry about the little guy, but I don't know that for a fact. Just telling you what is being discussed on Discord. Nobody's correcting them. So you come back and you look at the price action. The last 7 days, it has pretty much been steady at 6 cents. Over the last month, it's been 6 cents, basically the same thing. For the year, it's just been leveled out. You know, we would all love to see Hivemapper, Honey, whatever, come back to this, you know, I'm sorry, hold on. Let's try it again. All right, so 27 cents, 28 cents. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I say every video. I don't know what I want to do. I am still interested. The geek side of me is still very interested in this project. I'm not lying to y'all. Does it seem like it's gonna be a pain in the rear end that every time I get home I got to upload this camera? Yes. Even though it's Wi-Fi, you're still gonna have to go through the motion of doing that. So like I said, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I just look at it as is. I'm still trying to get this computer built. I'm very, very close to it. I can't decide what computer case I want for the computer build, but I have that money set for that. I just don't know if I want a big XL version or if I want a little bit, I don't even say a smaller version, full size version with the RGB. I don't know. But my point I'm trying to make is I could really use that $400 and something back. And I don't want to spend that kind of money being this late to the game with Honey if it ain't could be worth it. I don't know. I haven't really even seen that many comments in my comment section about Honey on how other people doing. Look, if y'all are looking at this and y'all have Honey, y'all have this Hivemapper right now, let me know what y'all doing with it. Let me know how y'all doing with it. Let me know if y'all are mapping new streets and y'all getting decent pay for that. Or at one point somebody told me they had stopped where it didn't matter if you were mapping new streets or regular streets, it wasn't hardly any difference in rewards. So if y'all are in this, let me know what's going on with it. I am curious to know. BitHarvest, I gotta say, of all the projects I'm in, all the followers I have, the BitHarvest guys checked on me several times throughout the hurricane. You know, there's 4 or 5 guys involved in that project, and basically all of them did at different times. Some of them more than once. So I have to, from the bottom of my heart, thank those guys from BitHarvest for reaching out to me, checking on me during the storm, after storm. Even actually one yesterday just did a little follow-up, man. Want to know if you know, my power's back in my house, my internet's back in my house. You know, how's my family holding up? If they stressed out yet? That, you know, and I have to thank the BitHarvest guys for that. It was really personal, and I have to give them kudos and thanks for that. And it's horrible for me to say, I have really no updates to find out kind of what's going on. I know that they have a giveaway going on right now. You got to go to their Discord. But if you go to their Discord, they do have a giveaway right now for a Luna and Fry crypto license so that you can mine, multi-mine, along with Wingbits and Grass and all this other stuff that you can do. You can also run Fry project, whatever you want to call it on that. So check that out for that. I know there were some more projects that were, I know that they have behind the scenes, they are currently working on adding more projects to their project, if that makes sense. More containers, more passive income projects. So I know for a fact that they got that going on. Just, I'm not up to date. I've just been too busy to find out where they at with that kind of stuff. What, you know, what firmware they on and everything like that. I can tell you, my devices that are still online, still not really have anything to do with it, but they still have BitHarvest running on them. So I'm also making wings on top of Helium, on top of Honey Gain or whatever it is. Also with Grass, which we're going to discuss that in a second. But I got to thank the BitHarvest guys for reaching out to me. So Fry, I really don't know what's going on with them. Haven't really heard too much. I know in the announcements they had a guy who was a developer for them, and a dear friend passed away. Prayers out to them, family, and everything like that. That's a sad ordeal. And they also, White Paper version 3 has been released. reading through their general, I know they had some kind of issue with is it Commodore pools or something like that, and people, you know, it took just a couple of hours. People couldn't access it. Apparently, there was a website issue or something like that, and people just lost their minds. People telling us that people saying they got hacked and it shut down and all kind of stuff, and then a couple hours later, everybody's back up. It's crazy. The crypto world's crazy. One thing that is, I don't even call it crazy or not, but the price action of this is painful. In the last month, this is down 52%, 51.79 to be exact. It even had this, it's really even worse than this because it was at 0.0013 and it came up to 0.002, and now it's at 0.0066. I can't find anything really that is leading to this. Now, what I will say is this says there's 0% volume going on. So I thought maybe this is the wrong fraud. So even on CoinGecko has a little bit of trading volume and it's still the same price, 0.0006. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on with Fry, but y'all asked about Fry, so I bring on as much news as I can find, but I don't see a certain thing that is discussing why the Fry price. If any of y'all know, please feel free to leave a comment. Let us all know. Why is the Fry price dropping the way it's dropping? 50% in a month. At one time it was at 0.005, 0.06. So it's had a drop. All right, grass. Y'all know we talked about grass before. I didn't add up all my, this is from last time. I didn't add up all my grass points, whatever these are going to be. There are the new nodes that are out. For those who might miss my last video, you can download the new node on your laptop or computer if you really want to. You'll know since day one, I have suggested people not do that. That's just me. I'm a little bit more apprehensive about it. I only put grass on stuff that I did not do any kind of internet type surfing on or anything like that. Basically, at this time, I'm only running grass on my BitHarvestStudio stations, I believe. I'm not even running it on my home network one. I just don't trust. Again, this is strictly me. This is just me with the stuff I do at work that I just feel weird about it. I know some people agree with me, and I know they got plenty of people out there that disagree with me. Y'all do y'all. I'll tell y'all right now, even if you want to run it on a computer on your network, do it on a computer that's in the corner, an old computer maybe that's not being used. Do not run grass on computers that you're doing sensitive bank information on and that kind of stuff like that. Again, it could be completely safe. People say it's completely safe. That's just my cautionary phrase for y'all. I'm not running grass on anything that I'm doing anything sensitive on. That's why I like the BitHarvestStudio platform, because I'm not running anything sensitive on it. You know, I'm not storing any wallets or keys or anything on that BitHarvestStudio firmware. I'm just running those projects, which can run grass, and it's running the new updated node. But there are a few updates for grass. There is this grass foundation checker that you can check the airdrop. Now, one thing I found out is that I can't run this because it says I'm not in the right country, which that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I can go to grassfoundation.io any other time. Why can't I just check for the airdrop? I have a wallet. My wallet is attached. But this is not good if I can't check this from the United States. So we still don't really know what they do finally say that there's a supply of 1 billion grass tokens. So there is somewhat of a tokenomics there finally. But There's claims that are not live yet, so don't try to fall for any scams. The last alpha epoch is still not closed yet, so people have been asking about that. Is it one step closer to something? Yeah, I guess so. But that's basically been the only announcement. That was back in August 20th. This is August 19th. That's basically been it. So August 19th is when we put out the thing that said you gotta make sure you put a wallet on it, and a month later you can check to see what your airdrop's gonna be. That's about it. I just think for how the old this project is, there needs to be a little more information going on, but there's not. And that's been known about this project. For a while I quit I quit even covering it, and y'all asked for me to start covering it again, so I brought it up. I know there's 1 million+ people, literally 1 million+ people who are running grass, or 1 million+ nodes or whatever it is running grass. So there are a lot of people involved in this project. That's one thing that still gives me hope. A lot of people involved in it. You watch other YouTube videos, they kind of agree with me. Hey, we're in it. It's free. You take your precautions. Could it turn out to be a nothing burner? Absolutely. And on the off chance that it is something, you know, we'll find out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know I said it 100 times in this video. I've been very busy, so I have not had a chance to look up SKYX at all. A little bit. I have had people who said, man, go in on it, look it up, that kind of stuff like that. And also Entropy. Entropy is just a little intriguing because it is strictly a meme coin, nothing more than a meme coin. If y'all follow Entropy on Twitter, I don't know if I'm supposed to get offended or if I'm supposed to laugh. But for $15, you can buy a device on Amazon and mine Entropy. And it says it's a meme coin, only meme coin, and nothing else but a meme coin. And I've seen some people's wallets that had some pretty decent rewards from Entropy mining. Now, just like we discussed with some other projects, I doubt that there's any buying action because people are mining it and selling it. But hey, if there is, then that helps it out. I just still worry, just like I worry with some of these other projects, you know, what's going to lift that price back up? I don't know. But for $15, I put on my Facebook the other day, I got Subway, a 12-inch sandwich with chips and a drink, and it was $19.50. That is absolutely absurd. I don't know why everybody would want to vote for 4 more years of that. That's all I'm gonna say about politics. So me spending $15 on a device that might make me some meme coins and might not. $15 compared to what I got to pay for some of these other projects to get into. What the hell? You know, we'll see. So when that device comes in and it seems like it's a little bit legit, when I get it and hook it up, y'all know there'll be a how-to video because I love doing how-to videos. That's what I cut my teeth on in this channel, and we'll see what happens, you know, and I'll put that out. So this video went on long enough. I'm actually exhausted. I have not had a day off in 2 weeks with the hurricane and everything else going on. So first night of the hurricane, I had literally an hour of sleep. That's how crazy it was. And that was broken up sleep. Generator would fail. We'd have to go out there and figure that out. Alarms are going off in the buildings and stuff like that. You fall asleep, and then something else would happen. You wake up, go deal with that, and then you fall right back asleep. The next thing you know, not all the people, because some of them are off for the hurricane, but you have people coming in for the normal beginning of their shift, and you're like, oh, well, let's get started again for the day. So, hey, if that's the only hurricane, knock on wood, I got to deal with this year, I'm ecstatic. However, long-term forecast is showing something towards the end of the month in the Gulf, and that's the one overtime, you know, I really don't want to worry about. So thanks again for the hat. I'm wearing my hat if y'all saw that in my video. I appreciate it. And I'm still the Godfather of the Gulf, no matter what anybody says, even if half my stations are down. So, but you know what? What's good about having stations across the United States, what I learned also is not to be a bragging thing. Not to be a bragging thing, but what's good is when you do lose half your stations around here, you won in Idaho, and you won in Texas, and you won in Florida, and you won in North Louisiana, and those stay up. that's good. You know, we'll see. So thank y'all for watching, and I'm gonna start doing more videos more regularly again. I'm realizing the YouTube algorithm does not like when you take breaks. They don't care about life. They want to see regular videos. So we'll do some regular videos. I keep saying, some of y'all have asked to bring back the live on Thursdays. I'm very skittish about it just because I've had some catastrophes with lives. But it looks like I'm gonna be able to get my stuff on my home computer finally finished. And somebody who wants to remain anonymous is donating me a video card, which is actually a pretty decent video card, just because he has a higher end one that he got. And that's really going to close the gap for me. You know, I need about 20 fans in it to do RGB and that kind of stuff like that. But hoping to get that finished. I can start doing these more from home, get rid of this goofy background, start doing lives, start doing more chart stuff with TVs behind me and fancy stuff I can point to, even though I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But look, there's a lot of, I want to say this again, there's a lot of y'all that reached out to me, not just from the BitHarvest guys, but just regular followers that reached out to me either through Twitter or Discord and different means like that and checked on me throughout the hurricane. And I really, really appreciate it. A lot of guys say how they like my videos because even though my production value is crud, they just know that I'm being real. And that's one thing. If you even look at the description of what this channel is, it's meant to be real, especially for the older people like me. You know, I watch some YouTube videos and look, I respect a lot of what these guys do. And I don't think people understand what it takes to put yourself out for the whole world to see, especially somebody like me who I would always hide from cameras. I was always weight conscious and stuff. And, you know, the fact that I'm putting myself on this, I'm so embarrassed that if I'm on my TV at home flipping through YouTube, you know, for other videos and stuff, when I see myself video come up, I don't want nobody even to hear it around me. Got guys at work that want to watch the videos with me sitting right here. I'm like, please turn it off. I can't even stand listening to me. That's how like embarrassed and that kind of stuff I am. But I have a lot of y'all who reach out to me in support of what I do with these channels and stuff like that and what I do in these videos. And I'm being dead serious at the bottom of my heart. Y'all have no idea how much that means to me because it gives me the motivation to keep doing these horrible videos. So thank every one of y'all. Again, we'll be doing some more videos during the week. My Entropy thing is supposed to be here Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. So you know I'm gonna do a video on that. Doing some videos on my other channel. Please go subscribe to my other channel. The link's in the description. Grumpy Dad Outdoors. Hunting's right around the corner. I don't even have time to do that, but you know, we'll see. I'm rambling on. I gotta stop. Thank y'all. See y'all in the next video.